Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekat HaKadosh. We give double honors to the elders of GMS who do it real well. I want to say Shalom to all you occupants in this truth and sincerity, with all diligence, so we can seal the elect, make it to the kingdom. Today, the Spirit jumped on me to go into the word temptation. I thought about it like, you know, we all know about the doctrine, or, you know, the misconception that the world teaches us about the term temptation. You know, the first thing people usually think about, you know, to my knowledge, is you know, fornication, or, you know, some type of sexual act. You know, and you know, when you actually go into the word in the scriptures, you know, what is it,
Strong's.
Yeah, kind of the Strong's. When you go into the word temptation in the Strong's, you know, it means something. It's actually way deeper than that. You know, it's much bigger, and it's much more serious than just fornication or whatever. You know, so I actually wanted to go into that word. You know, Lord willing, you are edified, and the brother's gonna help me out. So, but first, I wanted to go into the precept of the book of Sirach, chapter 2. Okay.
All right, this is Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
That's right, you know, and you know, they would read that in churches, you know, and misconstrue that. You know, like I said, you know, they would automatically assume that goes into fornication, as far as, you know, a sexual act, you know, outside of, you know, a relationship or marriage, you know. But it's actually more deeper than that, you know. And I actually wanted to go into the word temptation, right? Let's get in the Greek here.
Strong's G 3986. Paidos mas.
All right, and the definition here for the word temptation, right? It says an experiment, attempt, and you brothers can chime in and you won't. It says an experiment, attempt, trial, approving. You see, when the Lord told us to, once we come to serve Him, we have to prepare our soul for temptation. You know, we have to prepare our soul to get, you know, tried. You know what I mean? Go through a proven trial. You see, because we have to prove ourselves to the Lord. You know, so the Lord sends Satan to actually come and try us. You know, to actually at the end of the day to strengthen us too. You know, but you know, like I said, you know, it's that word temptation is much deeper, you know, than what the world, you know, makes it out to be. You see?
Precept for you. This is Jeremiah. It's like bear with me for a second, one hot second. It's Jeremiah chapter 49. Verses 12. What's selected? It's actually Isaiah chapter 55. Because the point that the brother is making has everything to do with our endeavor in this truth, you know? So this is Isaiah chapter 48. In 48 verses 10, it says, Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. Alright? You see, that's what you brothers is going through. You know, those that's new to the faith, you're chosen in the furnace of affliction. That's what this truth is about. about. Because we're taking on the same stead that Yahushua took on. Alright? When Yahushua took on, which a lot of people refer to as the cross. Cross is the scriptures refer to as the cross. Bearing your cross. Alright? And that's what we're going through. We're going through the affliction. Alright? To prove us, to make us, to refine us, to make us pure, to make us better. Okay? What the brother's going into temptation, yeah. That's what you're going to have to deal with in this truth. Temptation. Alright? And so you can't be insecure. You can't be self-absorbed. Alright? You can't be prideful. You can't have ego. Alright? In this truth, you gotta have humility. And as the scriptures say, man, you gotta be as a newborn babe. Alright, in this truth. Okay? Because that's required of you, what? To make it for salvation. Alright? The scriptures say bring forth fruits, meat for repentance. Alright? And all of us are here for what? To repent. Returning back. It's read means to turn, pen, meaning to turn back. Alright, when you go into the whole word, to turn back from what? Your current state. Alright, and our current state is that which we live in now, is Babylon, because we was raised on the Babylonian philosophy. Alright? This world, the current world that we live in, which is a Western civilization, thought process, which is pretty much opposite to the Most High's law. Okay, and so that's what it is, man. Right? The Lord has chosen us in that furnace of affliction. I'll continue, slack. It says, for mine own sake, even for mine own sake will I do it. All right. And here's the point. It says, for how should my name be polluted? So the Lord is not going to raise up men He's not just going to raise up any ordinary men. He's raising up men that's purified. All right? By the trials that's set before them. Okay? And so we have these trials, what? Not to complain, not to murmur, like what they did in the wilderness, right? Because even in the wilderness, those trials were set up for what? Purging. So they can inherit the kingdom. Okay?
Alright, this is Psalm chapter 95, verse 8. Harden not your heart, as in the provocation, and as in the day of temptation in the wilderness.
Hey, somebody go into the word provocation. Okay, go into the word provocation. Go ahead.
When your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my work.
See how they tempted him. All right, they tempted him because they didn't acknowledge what was being taken place. They did not consider the Most High doing His will, man. All right. They didn't consider none of the things that the Most High was doing for them. So they tempted him. All right. How many of you brothers have women and you get mad because they lack faith? How many of you brothers, all right, get mad at the fact that your woman or your children couldn't understand the simplest thing? And that's the gripe that the Most High had with children of Israel. All right, because he's seen them as the scriptures, Jeremiah 62. Is somebody get?
Okay, I got a provocation for you.
Go ahead.
Provocation goes into strife, contention.
And that's
quarrel. It's like
And that's what the children of Israel had rather than understanding. They had strife, contention, quarrel. That's why the scripture said they murmured against him. So the Most High was mad. And he was rightfully mad. He was rightfully distressed. Alright? Because what? He comforted Israel. Somebody get Ezekiel 16 about the show. Alright? Because ain't no other nation in the world, nobody comforted us when we was in our time of distress, except for the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Alright? Nobody else. Everybody else, even Esau, which he was born at the same time as Jacob. Okay? He was born at the same time as Jacob. He was the last, one of the last nations that was established on earth, right along with Israel. The youngest nations on the earth established, and he turned against his own brother, man. All right. Go ahead, Ezekiel 16:1.
Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 1. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, call Jerusalem to know her abominations. And say, thus said the Lord. The Lord
Right,
thy power.
because it has to be, you have to know, all right? You are a filthy, wretched nation of people, man. All right? And the Lord had to constantly tell you, you were wicked. You were nothing at one point in time, man. All right? Go ahead.
Say thus, said the Lord, said the Most High unto Jerusalem, thy birth and thy nativity is the land of Canaan.
Right, thy birth and nativity is the land of Canaan. We were brought up in the land of Canaan. Okay? Go ahead.
It is the land, it's like,
Which the world, which scholars call a fertile crescent. Okay, go ahead.
it is the land of Canaan, and their fathers was Amorite, and their mother a Hittite.
Now the Lord is being pretty much, he's being sarcastic. Not even sarcastic, but in a sense he's saying, he's basically giving you the truth. Your mother was the Hittites and the Amorites. Heathen nations. Alright? These are the ones that nurtured you and came, and these are the ones that basically nurtured you and brought you up. And they hated you, they disdained you. Alright? These nations didn't care nothing for us, man. Alright? Go ahead, read.
It says, and as for thy nativity, and the day that thou was born, thy navel not cut off, neither was there.
Right? That navel was not cut off. Alright? Go ahead. So what? It's more distress. Basically, it's showing you the distress of the nation of Israel, our upbringing in the world before the Lord, before the Lord brought us out of Egypt. Okay? Go ahead.
He said, thy navel was cut off and was not cut. Neither was thou watered. Neither was thou washed in water.
Right?
To supply thee. It's like to supply. Was that? Supple thee.
Right? Because suppling is what? Pretty much caressing.
Yeah.
You know? Pretty much making you comfortable. None of the nations made us comfortable except for the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Okay? Go ahead.
Thou was not salted at all.
Right? Because the salt was what? To make the skin strong. Okay? Salt was used to make the skin firm, make it strong. Alright, go ahead. And it's pretty much an analogy of how we were brought up. Alright? None of these nations cared for us. Hey, when you read Psalms 83, it tells you all these nations was against us. Okay? It's only the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is the only one that saw fit to what? To nurture us and to bring us up. Otherwise, we would have been pretty much out there to hang dry, which we were at one point. And until the Most High came and brought us up and nurtured us. All right? Basically, that's what the scripture is getting to. Go ahead.
It says, Lord swallowed thee up. It's not swallowed thee at all. None eyes pity thee.
Right, none eyes pitied thee. They didn't have pity on us, okay? Go ahead.
To do anything, it's like, none eyes pity thee, to do anything unto thee, and to have compassion on thee. But thou wast cast out of the open field, and lostest of thy person in the day of thou, it's like in the day that thou wouldest born. It's like
Right, and so when we became a nation of people, because when you read Genesis 25, it tells you two manner of people came out. All right, Esau and Jacob. All right, and those nations, these two children became nations. All right, and no nation on the earth pitied us. Even our own brother that came out at the same time, and when they was established as a nation on the earth, they were enemies, man. They were sworn enemies. Okay. Go ahead. And Slacky, we know we're going a little left field, but it's just drawing out a point, man. Go ahead.
To have compassion on thee, it's like, I said, then I should pity, then I pity thee, to do any of these things, it's like any of these unto thee, to have compassion on thee, for thou was cast out in the open field, and longed for thy person, in the day that thou was born. And when thou had passed by thee, and I saw thee polluted thy own blood, and I said unto thee, thou was in thy blood live.
Right, and so when we was down and out, the Lord raised us up, right? And He said, live, okay? Go ahead.
Yea, I said unto it's like, yea, I said unto thee, when thou was in thy blood live, I have caused thee to multiply as the buds of the field, and thou hast increased and waxed great, and thou art excellent.
Excellent.
It's like excellent. And ornaments, and the breasts are fashioned, and thy hair is grown.
Right, because we're like a calmly delicate woman, all right? We're like a calmly delicate woman, okay?
Whereas thou was bare naked.
Right, and we was naked at one point in time, okay? Without the Lord. But He clothed us, okay? And basically what we're going back into, what? That affliction, these things are what? Drawing us back to what? Being purified, being refined, being brought to that perfect state again, okay? Being brought into that perfect state. Because ain't nobody else gonna bring us back. Not wealth and all of that bullshit that they're pushing now, wealth and making it in this society, being the status quo. No, none of that is gonna make us. Only thing that's gonna make us is His wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and reforming ourselves back to what we once were. Okay? Period. Point blank. And it takes, you have to be a visionary to see that, man. All right? It's like,
No, but the Lord has to give you that. The Lord has to actually choose you, to get that that type of vision, vision too, for you to actually see and understand the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and to actually receive it too, to accept it. Because a lot of y'all hear the truth, but y'all don't accept it, because it wasn't meant for you to accept it, Just like the brother had said earlier.
Oh, we go back to Psalm 95.
it's all right.
This Psalm 95 verse 8, harden not your heart as in the provocation, as in the day of temptation in the wilderness. When your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my work, 40 years long was I grieved with this generation, and said, it is a people that do err in their minds, and they have not known my ways. Unto whom I swear my wrath, that they should not enter into my rest.
And so the Lord has been having a gripe against Israel for the longest time. Okay? Alright? Because and the point of Ezekiel 16:8, and then the Lord rose us up, man. We were literally left out there to be nothing. Man. We were left out there to be absolutely nothing and to be taken advantage by all the nations. When you read Daniel, it tells you, man, we have no nation on the earth that has faced what we have faced here on this earth against, to the behest of all these different nations. Psalms 83 tells you exactly who's our enemies, you know? And so the Lord rose us up, man, period, point blank.
Kind of just like Adam, you know. When you go into Genesis, when the Lord said he had raised Adam up from the dust, you know, and that dust represented confusion, right? You know, and gave him order, you know, because that's what the Lord is doing with us men, you know. Well, you know, the hopeful elect, you know, the elect, you know, is raising those men up, you see, for us to actually be kings and rulers, you know, and leaders too, you know. You got to have a certain mindset. You have to be tried. See, you have to be tried and have experience in order to lead a whole nation. You know.
This is blessed is the man that, this is a son. James chapter 1 verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation. That's what you hear?
Yeah.
It's in the spirit. It said, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him.
And didn't is that it?
Yes, sir.
Just like what does the scripture say? The servant is not greater than his master. Well, Yahushua got tried, you know. I'm still like Yahushua got attempted, okay, and actually got it here. The book of Saint Luke, chapter 4. You know, when Satan came and tempted the Lord, you know. So even he had to go through temptation, you know, and be tried. You know, and we're going to go back into that definition too. When we get this, St. Luke chapter 4, and I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, and the devil taken